So Resolve Plastic Recycling provides an innovative solution that efficiently repurposes plastic waste into a versatile building material. Devin, welcome, and please share your innovation. Welcome, Devin. Go ahead.
Have you ever witnessed a scene like this? Or maybe seen garbage floating in a local creek? It's one thing to read about it, to talk about it, but how did it make you feel? I love to travel, and seeing scenes like this has changed my life. I practiced corporate law for several years before completing an MBA and moving on to entrepreneurial ventures. I wanted to lead solutions. Our planet is choking on plastic. Don't take it from me. The UN, the OECD, every organization who has examined the issues knows it. The problem is growing, and I think a reckoning is coming. Plastic production will triple again by 2050. In North America, in Canada, we recycle only about 9% of plastic. Think about that. 90+% of plastic is destined for dumps or incinerators. What a waste. Why? Why, you ask? It's not easy to recycle most plastic. Clean, pure drinking containers and jugs are not too bad, but everything else, like films and clamshells and mixed plastic, are complex and expensive to recycle. It's easy to be fooled. Look at this drink container with the recycling logo right on it. Look again. The lid is one type of plastic, the bottle another, and then it's wrapped in a film label. It's only recyclable if it's cleaned and separated. More and more packaging contains multiple plastic types. The problem is that the economics of current recycling technology don't work for 90% of plastic. It's bad in North America, but at least most plastic makes it to the dump. It's far worse in places where poverty is prevalent. The equivalent of more than a full dump truck every minute, every hour of every day, 365 days a year, goes straight into our oceans. Current solutions will not change this unless they change the economics of recycling. I researched solutions for a decade. Some are technically possible. Chemical recycling, plastic to oil, but they're big money losers. I believe that the world needs a simpler solution that makes economic sense today. The timing is right, and several forces are conspiring to create opportunity in the space. The problem's growing exponentially, the cost of landfill is rising, new legislation across Canada is requiring producers to manage and recycle more and more plastic each year. Development-related emissions are beginning to be regulated in many places. Enter the RP machine.
Resolve Plastics Recycling has created a machine that can convert 3 tons of unwashed, unsorted plastic waste every hour into R blocks. A single machine will produce 300 blocks in an hour. R blocks have the same dimensions as cinder blocks, but are more durable and easier to work with. They can be cut to shape, drilled with hand tools, and painted with various coverings. The cross pattern allows the blocks to be stacked without shearing. Each standard block has 2 vertical holes in the center of the cross. These align with other blocks to feed through an inexpensive but strong nylon cable. This is tensioned down and locked with fiberglass grippets to connect blocks and give a wall more lateral stability. No glue or mortar is required. A half-day's production from a single RP machine is over 1,000 blocks. Consider that this is about 35 pallets. So what can we do with all those blocks? Once a foundation is cleared and leveled, 600mm anchor piles are screwed in, which will anchor the nylon cable. Then, R blocks are stacked and tensioned to create the walls. Wooden frames prepare the doors and windows. 1,000 blocks can create a small dwelling. The R blocks can then be sheathed and sided. R blocks will naturally insulate as plastic is not a heat conductor. They can be painted, sealed, and are fire resistant. Top plates can be bolted directly onto the top of the blocks. R blocks can also be used for larger urban infrastructure projects, like retaining walls on embankments, or as green noise barriers for motorways. Consider the amount of plastic waste that your area generates in any given day, and then transform that into something useful. As compared to cement products, R blocks from one RP machine can reduce carbon emissions by 3,000 tons per year. And the RP machine can scale to handle all the feedstock that you need to process. Each machine can process 9,000 tons of low-value plastic per year. Resolve Plastic Recycling, transformational technology for plastic waste. Contact us to help lead the change.
So the magic, thanks. The magic of the machine is its relative simplicity. It's a robust mechanical machine. It can be set up anywhere with just power and water. We've even designed a truck-based unit that could service remote communities. We shortcut the recycling process. No sorting, no pelletizing, way less transportation between facilities. The blocks are, most plastic recycling is segmented. So many companies, so much handling is involved, and we shortcut all of that. R blocks can be used as an alternative to cinder blocks and cement products in many applications. They're a familiar size and shape, and they have some advantages. They're great for sound attenuation, insulation, and they can be cut and drilled with hand tools. Cladding can be attached with screws. They're extremely durable and stack easily. They're designed for disassembly and can be reprocessed. They can be attached with threaded rebar or our cleat system for smaller projects. As compared to laying cinder blocks, the savings are significant. In fact, we can produce R blocks for less than the cost of sending plastic to the dump, and we'll distribute them for free in the early stages. Think about that. For less than the cost of dumping, we can turn waste into a usable product. Applications are many, and one of the reasons I'm so excited to be here is that I'm sure all the experience in the room can help me imagine many more. With assurance from our spec sheet, R blocks can be used where deemed suitable by an engineer as an alternative solution, as we're working with the Canadian Construction Materials Centre to certify R blocks as a code-specified solution. We don't want or need to compete with the cement industry. If we displaced about 1% of the 2 trillion CMUs sold annually, we'd shoot the lights out. Our business model is scalable, and we eventually plan to license production of our machines globally, which will result in very strong earning potential. We've made some great headway, and our recent work has resulted in a 10x increase in speed and efficiency. We've proven already that it all works. It's just getting it to commercial capacity. So our next objective is a commercial demonstration of our new production-ready design. We actually just won an additional $2 million grant from Emissions Reduction Alberta and are looking for a partner for the project. Thank you, and please reach out if you want to learn more.
Thank you, Cooper. And it was great to hear you asking the audience to come over and help improve your innovation. I think this is a great idea. Let's move on. Tony, do you want to start?
Yes, part of your rental service is the feedstock local supply. You look after the where to get this?
Yeah, so feedstock is readily available. You know, every municipal program across the country ends up disposing of a significant proportion of plastic that's collected. So we've sized the machine to, for instance, take, you know, the city of Calgary, for instance, would of the material that goes to the blue box would fill full capacity of 2 RP machines on a permanent basis. So we can co-locate these machines with sources of plastic, and that's just the post consumer stream, not the industrial stream. There's no shortage of feedstock in the near future.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Cooper. Thank you, Tony. Sean?
Yeah, another great product. It's going to be hard to choose at the end. So I got so many.
You don't
I know
have to vote.
exactly. I'm not voting, so that's a good thing. So I see so many possibilities, and I'm glad we'll have to talk. We're gonna get a chance to talk after. You talk about replacing cinder blocks. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Because cinder blocks sometimes, because of the fire protection, they're hollow. You put M&E in the cinder blocks. But I'm looking at other possibilities, like in social housing. The product has so many possibilities. Talk a bit about the fire rating of the blocks. So what do you need to do to have them fire rated?
So blocks from our first pilot, I actually have one down here. I won't try to pick it up, it's pretty heavy. But they're a Class B building material. Their fire rating is a little better than wood. They're designed for clad applications, and they're really easy to clad because you can put a screw into them. They can also be coated with PVC-based paint, fire retardant coatings for use in unclad applications, which can improve the fire rating. I'm dyslexic, so I think the numbers are in our spec sheet, so I can follow up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Leslie?
I'm also, my mind is turning on how many possibilities there would be with this product, even in a structural sense, right? I guess one of the things that came to mind too is just the safety benefits on the weight of the block and some of the things related to assembling this type of construction. So you talk about being painted and sealed, and then in your presentation you did talk about attaching, cladding, and things like that, but in using them in building systems, insulation, mechanical, electrical, there seems to be, and I don't expect you to have the answers, but have you started looking at some of the expansion of having that as the structural component of the wall system, and then how you expand into a full wall system, whatever the requirements may be?
Yeah, we're counting on the industry to, find ways to use them most efficiently. We don't pretend to have all the answers. They're made of plastic. A single block is 10 kilos, 22 pounds, so it's pretty dense. It can be up to 10% non-plastic. Like we can put 10% could be metal, hay. Doesn't really matter what. They can make it through our heavy-duty shredder. They have a little bit of give under heavy loads, so they're not suitable for load bearing over about 3 stories. So yeah, certain applications we're not trying to replace concrete or cinder blocks, but they also have, tremendous other advantages like the insulation. And when I first got into this thing, the vision was for the developing world. What an amazing opportunity to provide an incentive to collect plastic and do something with it. They are solid. Somebody asked me yesterday about electrical and plumbing, and the applications we've tested with, we've strapped on one side inside the drywall. But as I said, it's quite easy because you can put a screw right into the material.
Great. Thank you.